The name of this book is Moon Bear. Bear was worried about the moon because it was growing smaller and smaller each night. He was afraid that it would get so small that, he was afraid that it would get so small that it would finally disappear. Bear loved the moon and wanted to help it. And in his efforts to help the moon, Bear learned many new things. Moon Bear's story is easy to read, and the pictures are wonderful. The book is by Frank S. And the copyright is 1978. Okay. One night, Bear looked up into the sky, and for the first time, he really saw the moon. It was love at first sight. Night after night, he came out onto his front step just to admire it. It was beautiful. But even with his glasses, he had to admit that the moon was growing smaller. Bear was afraid that the moon would grow smaller and smaller, disappearing and never coming back. If only I could get close enough, thought Bear. Perhaps I could help it. He climbed up onto his roof and tried to reach it. He tried so hard that he slipped and fell. Look where he climbed. He climbed up on the roof. That's not safe. Not only on the roof, but he climbed up onto the chimney. And he fell off. It's a wild wonder that he didn't hurt himself bad. The doctor in the hospital was able to help Bear and sent him home in a few days, as good as new. But Bear was still worried about the moon. He was too worried to play with his friends. When they came by, he was too worried to even eat. Maybe if he had talked over his problems with his friends, they could have come up with a good answer. One day when Bear looked in the mirror, he noticed how thin he had become. Maybe the moon is not eating enough either. He thought, maybe that's why it's growing thinner. That night he put out some honey for the moon. Do you think that helped the moon? Look what happened to it. While Bear slept, some birds came and ate the honey. You see them eating the honey? In the morning, Bear found the empty bowl. That night, the moon looked bigger. Oh, good, thought Bear. It's going to be all right. Every night, Bear put out more honey for the moon. He didn't see the birds eat the honey, but he did see the moon growing bigger and bigger. He was so excited about helping the moon that he didn't save any honey for himself. Day by day, he grew thinner and weaker. A little bird saw what was happening to Bear and wanted to help him about the moon, wanted to tell him about the moon. "No," said the other birds. "Then there will be no honey for us." He imagines the moon laughing at him. But the little bird went to Bear anyway. "You silly moon bear," said the little bird. "There is no need to feed the moon. It gets bigger and smaller all by itself. We have been eating your honey." From then on, Bear ate his honey and soon regained his health, and the moon grew bigger every night until at last it was just as round as when Bear had first noticed it. Bear never stopped loving the moon. But he felt sad because it no longer needed him. "Don't feel sad," said the little bird. "We still need you." You can see where Bear fixed some more honey in the bowl for the birds. That was sweet. So the birds were wrong, weren't they? Okay, the end. And this was a bookmobile book. The end.